Good day, guys. So today we shall be looking at differentiation of quotient. We are still on a differentiation. Okay. Um, of course, you know the way we do it. We don't waste our time. We go straight to the problem. So our first problem here is this. But when we talk about quotient, for you to use quotient rule, if you have um, a function in the form of y equals to u over v in the form of a fraction, then if you're asked to differentiate this function, the rule you have to use in this case is the quotient rule. We've dealt with product rule, wherein if you have a function y equals to u v, okay? So for quotients, when you have in this form, then you have to use quotient rule. And the formula you have to use is just about formula, basically, okay? So the formula for you to differentiate, and where u and v are functions of, let's say, functions of x. So your dy by dx is now going to be, so here again, you hold this one and differentiate this with respect to x. So it's going to be v du by dx minus, so that's the difference between this and the product rule. The product rule now you add here. Then minus u dv dx, and the next again, you divide everything by v square. So basically, this is the formula you have to use. So all you need to do, once you are given the function, you let what will be u and what will be v. So the numerator will be u and the denominator is going to be v. Then you differentiate the du by dx and differentiate v with respect to x. Then you substitute into the formula. So that's actually very, very simple. Okay. So let's start with the first problem here. It says we have to differentiate the following with respect to x. It says 2x plus 3, and the next one is x minus 5. So solution to this, we say let our u equals to 2x plus 3. So now the next thing, you have to differentiate u with respect to x. Du by dx equals to. So if you are differentiating, and I have dealt with the basics, basically how to differentiate. So if this is your first time, please go back to that video where I did how to differentiate a constant and other forms like ax square, okay, ax raised to the power n. Once you get that basic, you should be able to understand exactly what I'm doing here. So if you have to differentiate a constant is 0. If you are differentiating this one, you multiply the power by the coefficient and subtract 1 from the power. So definitely, if you have to differentiate, this one becomes 2. Okay? Because what you have here is 1. 1 times 2 will be again 2x. Now you have 1. 1 minus 1, that's going to be 0. So the power of x is going to be 0. And any number raised to the power 0 is 1. So that means you have 2 times 1. Okay? So that's it. Then you take and v equals to x minus 5. So this again, you differentiate the v by the x. So I'm differentiating this one, then definitely our answer is going to be 1. Remember, when you differentiate a constant, it's 0. So you just differentiate x. So now, once you are done, you just need to substitute. So therefore, your dy by dx equals to, what is your v? Your v is what? X minus 5. So you have x minus 5 here. Multiply by, what's your du by dx? Du by dx is 2. So you multiply this by 2. Minus. You go to the next one. This is u. What is your u? Your u is 2x plus 3. So this becomes 2x plus 3. Close bracket. Multiplied by. So multiply that by. Now, dv by dx is what? 1. So multiply this by 1. And everything here divided by v. And what is your v? Is x minus 5. X minus 5. But what we are substituting for has what? A power, which is 2. So we square this one. So now we simplify. So your dy by dx, your dy by dx equals to, so this you multiply, clear the bracket, this becomes 2x minus 10. And you come to this one, this becomes minus 2x minus 3. everything here by x minus 5. Don't bother yourself to open this bracket. So this dy by dx becomes, so you collect like terms, this and this cancel. Okay, this is 2x minus 2x, that gives you 0. So minus this minus that gives you minus 13, all divided by x minus 5 all square. Okay, so that's your answer for the first problem. Okay, so let's look at the next example, which says y equals to 1 plus x square divided by x minus 1. So the same thing again, you identify your u and v. So let your u equals to 1 plus x square. You differentiate du by dx equals to, so this is 0 and this becomes 2x. Okay, now v is equals to x minus 1. We differentiate dv by dx equals to 1. Once you are done, use the formula, okay, by quotient, okay, which says dy by dx equals to, which is this, v du by dx minus u dv by dx, everything by v square. Okay, so what's your v? So dy by dx becomes, what is your v? Your v is here, x minus 1. You have x minus 1 multiplied by du by dx is 2x minus, what is your u? Your u is, you open bracket, 1 plus x square multiplied by your dv by dx is 1. Okay, so this is 1. So now this is dy by dx. You simplify, so you multiply this and this becomes 2x squared minus 2x. You put this one becomes minus 1 minus x squared, because we are just multiplying by 1. Okay, oh, so this one divided by, yes, I'm sure you see that, right? So what's your v? Your v is what? X minus 1. Okay, x minus 1 all square. Okay, I nearly forgot this one. So dy by dx equals to, so multiply now, this becomes 2x squared minus 2x. This becomes minus 1 minus x squared, everything here divided by x minus 1 all square. 2x squared minus x squared becomes x squared. So dy by dx equals to, this minus this becomes just x squared minus 2x minus 2x minus 1, everything here divided by x minus 1 all square. Okay, so that's it. Now, so let's look at the next problem, which is number 3. It says y equals to x squared minus 1 divided by 2x squared plus 1. The same thing, we let u equals to x squared minus 1. So we differentiate du by dx becomes 2x. Okay, and your v equals to 2x squared plus 1. You differentiate dv by dx. This and this you multiply becomes 4x. Using now the formula, I don't need to repeat writing it. Okay, you just use the formula. So dy by dx becomes, what is your v? Your v is 2x squared plus 1. 2x squared plus 1, one bracket, multiply that by, what's your du by dx is 2x minus, what is your u? Your u is x squared minus 1. X squared minus 1. Then what is your dv by dx? Your dv by dx is 4x. Close bracket, everything here divided by, what is your v? is 2x squared plus 1 all squared. 2x squared plus 1 all squared. Okay, so this is dy by dx equals to, we simplify, we multiply this one, that becomes 4x cubed. Okay, remember indices, this and this, the base are the same, take one and add the powers, then you multiply this and this becomes 2x. Now you come to this one, so this one will be minus into, so you multiply first, this and this becomes 4x cubed. Okay, minus 4x, everything here by 2x squared plus 1 all squared. So dy by dx equals to, now you put the sign inside, so this becomes 4x cubed plus 2x, this again becomes minus 4x cubed plus 4x. So I have multiplied the sign, all divided by 2x squared plus 1 all squared. So 4x cubed minus 4x cubed cancels. Okay, 2x plus this becomes 6x divided by 2x squared plus 1 all squared. Okay, so that's the answer to this problem. Okay, so this particular question. So let's look at the last question for this video. Yes, so let's look at the last problem. You can pause the video and try it yourself, then you can look at the video for you to see whether you've gotten the understanding. Okay, and compare with your answer. So let's look at the last one, which of course amongst the problem here, I guess that's the most challenging one. So it says y equals to 3x minus 1 divided by root x squared plus 1. So the same thing, we let u equals to 3x minus 1, we differentiate du by dx, this becomes 3. Okay, and v equals to root x squared plus 1. So the first thing you have to do here, when you have root, you have to change it first to a power, and root is the same as x squared plus 1 all raised to the power half. Okay, so that's it. So now you can differentiate this one, so this becomes dv by dx. Now the first thing, you differentiate the power here, so you take this one just as a letter, then when you are done, whenever you have a bracket and you are differentiating that with the power, you always differentiate, you assume this one to be just a letter, let's say it's y, so you differentiate that y, okay, or whatever letter, you differentiate that, and the next thing, you differentiate what is inside the bracket. So the first thing, you assume just a letter, and once you are done differentiating that, now you can look at it to say, okay, what's inside the bracket now, and differentiate that. I know it may be confusing, but however, I'm quite sure you should be able to understand that as well, because we'll get to that when we differentiate a function of a function. That's where you will see powers here like this, and we have a different formula for us to use to solve that. But again, just like I was saying, all you have to do, first you have to differentiate the whole of this as a single unit. Once you are done, because there's a variable here which is x, you differentiate again what's inside the bracket. How? So now, if we are differentiating this, we have to multiply. So that becomes half into x squared plus 1. Okay? So basically, in the first differentiation, you have nothing to do with the bracket. Okay? Now, because you have to take 1 here, so this becomes minus half. You know, it's half minus 1. You always subtract 1 from the power. Okay? You multiply by the coefficient and subtract 1 from the power. Now, this, you put multiplication, that's just dot. Now you differentiate what is inside the bracket. What's inside the bracket, and you differentiate that, you are going to have 2x. Okay? So that's the correct way for you to differentiate this type of problems. Okay? We have other formula that we'll get to that one. Okay? So now, all you have to do here, if you look at this, you have 2 here, you have 2 here. That goes. Okay? So you are left with what? Your dv by dx now is x into x squared plus 1 all raised to the power minus half. Now let's simplify again further. So this becomes dv by dx. Now I have the right to write this x multiplied by 1 upon x squared so this becomes x multiplied by 1 upon x squared plus 1 all raised to the power half. Again, let's take it back. So this becomes x divided by root x squared plus 1. Okay? So now, with this one, we can just substitute now into the formula. Okay? So that becomes your dy by dx. So the first thing, you have b du by dx. What is your b? This is your b, okay? Which is root x squared plus 1. Okay? Multiply by your du by dx is what? Is 3 minus, you open bracket. What is your u? Your u is 3x minus 1. You multiply with dv by dx, which is x upon root x squared, which is x upon root x squared plus 1. Okay? So everything here divided by what? Your b. Okay? And what is v is this one. So that becomes root x squared plus 1. And you square this one. Okay? So now, I know it's getting messy now. So this one, a root and this cancels. Okay? Because this is just like half. If you have half multiplied by 2, then the 2 and 2 cancel. Okay? Now we multiply. So this and this becomes 3 root x squared, 3 root x squared plus 1 minus. Okay? Now this and this becomes 3x squared minus, this becomes 3x squared minus x, and this divided by root x squared plus 1. Okay? And everything here by x squared, because we cancel this, x squared plus 1. You further have to simplify. Okay? So now, what will happen here? Let's say you find the LCM. So if you divide this by 1, so this becomes 3. Okay, so let's see. So this, as I said, because this is a denominator, so if you divide this by 1, you can find the LCM. So the LCM is going to be root x squared plus 1. So now, 1 into this one becomes root x squared plus 1. Then you multiply that by, so you have 3, okay, multiply by, you have this one first. So I'll write it as x squared plus 1. Then you have again this other one, because as I told you, this 1 into this is the same as root x squared plus 1. Then you are multiplying now this by the numerators here. Okay, so it becomes x squared plus 1. Okay, so that's it. Minus, we have this minus now, minus, so root x squared plus 1 into root x squared plus 1, that's 1. 1 multiplied by everything there becomes again the same thing as 3x squared minus x. Okay, fine. So now everything, this one, so we can change now that division by this, which is x squared plus 1. So this by this. Okay, now what happens here? Root x squared plus 1 with x squared becomes what? X squared plus 1. So you have root x squared plus 1 multiplied by root x squared plus 1. Okay, so because this one, because there are two, you can just write x squared plus 1 and you square it. So what happened? This and this cancel. So you are just going to have x squared plus 1. Okay, left. So that's exactly what happens. Okay, so when you multiply these two, you are just going to have x squared plus 1. So this now becomes 3 into x squared plus 1. Okay, the whole of this minus 3x squared minus x, everything here by what? So you have root x squared plus 1 divided by x squared plus 1. Okay, the next thing you have to do, you multiply this one, so this becomes 3x squared plus 3 minus 3x squared minus x. Okay, so the whole of this divided by root x squared plus 1, and you have this one again, x squared plus 1. So what happens? This and this cancels. You are going to have 3 minus x. Okay, so yes, so this becomes 3 minus x divided by root x squared plus 1 multiplied by 1 upon. So this now I've changed x squared plus 1. Okay, so our final answer becomes 3 minus x divided by, so we are multiplying this. Okay, so this is x squared plus 1 half. Then you have again x squared plus 1. When the base are the same, you take 1 and add the powers. Okay, so when the base are the same, take 1, so this becomes 3 minus x divided by, so you take 1 here, which is x squared plus 1, and if you add half plus 1 becomes 3 over 2. Okay, now if I want to take it back, so this becomes 3 minus x, then this one is going to be what? Is going to be root x squared plus 1 all by 3. Okay, so that's your final answer. I know it looks messy because of I had to erase, take this one off and all of that, but I'm quite sure, just pause the video and try to copy or look at it for you to be able to understand. Okay, so that will be your answer to that particular problem, which I, because at the beginning I told you is the most challenging question here. But I'm quite sure if you've been with me so far, you must have been able to understand exactly what we did here. So don't forget, please share, comment, and like the video, okay? So that YouTube will recommend this content to other viewers out there who may be interested in short content. Please. So we call it off for this video, and just stick with me because I have other videos, and have checked the YouTube channel. There are so many videos already I have uploaded. Thank you.